I'm ELD. Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Ted on apparently not miracles as he's leading out with an Ancient Tomb into Thorn of Amethyst. Lucas is on a blue-white Delver build. We'll learn more about what Ted is on as this unfolds. Could be Eldrazi, could be some type of workshop style deck, a prison. Build something with potentially 12 posts in it. Thorn of Amethyst is going to require that Chalice to be 3 mana if he's going to be doing Chalice at 1. Does Lucas have the days for it? He is trying to play Chalice at 1 here. Chalice at 0 would have been 1 mana, thanks to the Thorn. And a Stoneforge Mystic. Ooh, potentially cutting through all of this. The big question now is going to be, can Ted handle a Batterskull? That is a couple of basic lands. An Eldrazi Temple looking like we are in an Eldrazi build. Matter Reshaper. Could just be a speed bump. Spell Pierce in hand for Lucas can potentially prevent actually nothing thanks to the Chalice. Just trying to think of non-creature spells that he might be able to target with it, but no worries. He's not going to be casting it through the Chalice in all likelihood. That would require Ted to miss the trigger. And Ted daring Lucas to put in the Batterskull in his main phase. I wonder why. Let's see. Simian Spirit Guide. And an Endless One. That is a big boy. Batterskull coming in. Oh, back to basics could be gruesome here. Four mana for the back to basics thanks to the Thorn. Ted now locked out of his 4 lands, all of them non-basic. A Wasteland coming down, no targets for it. So it's at this point he's just looking to build back up. Batterskull, that germ going to happily hop in front of this Matter Reshaper. That's going to get an Eye of Ugin, and Ted starting to rebuild his mana base here. Eye's actually quite good. Versus back to basics. Putting some dice on his lands just to remember not to untap them. City of Traders, and wow, he's really recouped admirably here. Endless One for a 5 mana sink here. 3 of it going to be put into the Endless One, 2 reducing the cost. So he's got 5/5. Now he can return this Batterskull and replay it, or he can actually just toss it on to the Stoneforge Mystic. He opts to return it and then put it back in. Really wasn't too much to do with his mana during the end step anyways. Gave himself the option. And now the 5/6 Stoneforge Mystic puts Ted in a difficult spot. He's actually swinging with the larger Eldrazi. I believe Lucas is going to be able to swing in here. He's got a chump block. And now we're going to have a couple of dangerous creatures staring at each other. Ancient Tomb, and Ted, despite back to basics, still likely able to cast just about anything in his deck here. Batterskull being picked up and put back down. Lucas giving himself optionality here. He can always send it back over if need be. And of course he needed to block the Germ token there. Stoneforge able to sneak by. Very well played by Lucas. Snapcaster coming down. Way to finish that game off. Of course he has to block the Batterskull, making that Stoneforge Mystic capable of getting through, lowering him down to 2, and then the Snapcaster Mage, again, same situation, have to block the 4/4. Those little guys are going to get through. So very well played by Lucas. On the Eldrazi side of things, probably needed to change roles, though very difficult to do in that situation, but realistically, that larger, endless one needed to be staying put. Was not going to win a race versus the Batterskull, and Batterskull wouldn't have been able to swing in effectively versus the larger Eldrazi. Lucas would have potentially been able to gain a significant amount of life over those turns. But eventually a Phyrexian Revoker may have been able to stop all of those shenanigans. Revoker could come down naming Batterskull, or even the Stoneforge Mystic, depending on exactly how it played out. Likely the Batterskull. So it's Eldrazi here, not Miracles from Ted. A very powerful deck. One that kind of took the format by storm. And hasn't been played that much since that initial Oath of the Gatewatch era. People were really excited to try it out. Of course, it made a bigger splash in Modern than it did in Legacy. Many of those incredibly powerful Eldrazi fit nicely into the hierarchy of powerful cards that we get to play with in Legacy, but they certainly didn't shatter it. They were just cards we were able to absorb into the metagame, create some new decks, some new card choices, a couple of hybrid strategies. Thought-Knot Seer is a card that I wouldn't be surprised to see more of in control lists down the line, depending on the quality of the colorless mana sources. The 4/4 that disrupts your opponent's hand is really something. And drawing the card being nerfed by things like Narset is pretty devastating as well. We have a Ratchet Bomb here for Ted, ticking up. Eldrazi Mimic coming in thanks to this Eye of Ugin, and Lucas's Wasteland stopping that first Ancient Tomb. Another Wasteland taking out Eye of Ugin, and Eldrazi Mimic is off to battle, swinging for 2 at a time. If Ted can build a mana base and start dropping some fatties, this little 2-mana creature can do some serious work. Sword of Fire and Ice. And it looks like Ted actually going to go ahead and blow up his Ratchet Bomb, taking out both the Stoneforge and the Eldrazi Mimic. That is not where you want to be as an Eldrazi player. Very few decks are going to be happy with 0 permanents on turn 3 versus a deck like Blue-White Delver. Lucas, sensing the opportunity, flashes in a no-value Snapcaster Mage just to get the clock going. And now he's using Ponder to try and build his mana base up. Sword of Fire and Ice. If that gets on this Snapcaster Mage, that could be a wrap. Eldrazi Mimic. Man, Lucas going pedal to the metal here. Uses Council's Judgment to clear away the blocker. Sword of Fire and Ice connecting, doing the extra damage to Ted, drawing a card. And now 3 mana for an Oblivion Stone, but that is not going to be fast enough. Lucas sensing the opportunity and just going for the throat, taking it down in 2. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.